welcome to A Talk with Precious. I am Precious Archibald, a writer and a self-published author. Here on my channel, we talk about a whole lot, ranging from books to writing, financial management, sex education, relationship, and self-publishing. And so today we are gonna be talking about bad habits. Bad habits is a negative behavior pattern, and sometimes we do something that is not worth it because people are doing it and then we feel it's a natural thing and we derive pleasures from bad habit. For instance, drinking over a breakup, you're drinking to move on, right? But how about the sleepless night just because you've taken a little too much of alcohol? That is bad habit that we don't actually see to be a bad habit. So we are going to be looking at it in the aspect of overspending. Yeah, so we'll be talking about cautiously overspending and mindless overspending. Cautious overspending and mindless overspending. Okay, now mindless overspending is like a scenario where you're out of pants and then you go to the clothes store to get a pair of pants. That's your aim of going to the clothes store, a pair of pants. And now you went there. And so exactly your eyes falls on numerous things. You tend to like the clothes, you tend to like the shoes, you tend to like the sun, everything that your eyes falls on. You start picking them and putting them into the cart. In the worst case scenario, when you get to the house, you don't seem to like these things. Like those times, cases like this happens to me. Like I'm just going to a clothes store, they buy, but when it gets to the house, I don't seem to like them anymore. So it's you just kind of like leave them in the wardrobe or perhaps just give it out. This is mindlessly overspending. Now let's talk about cautious overspending. Your phone is giving you a hard time. Yeah, you've been spending money to try to put it up, like fix it, but it still runs into fault. And so you gotta sit down to think, if I should keep a little money, I could go get at least a fairly used phone to use for the meantime. Yeah, practically what you had is like 10,000 naira, and you want to get that's the only money that you have. So you want to use it to get a fairly used phone. So when you get to the phone store, the phone seller brings out numerous phone, and yeah, your 10,000 naira. And so your eyes cease to fall on the 10,000 naira worth of phone to a more higher, amount of phone. But okay, you price the 10 to be, well, definitely it won't be the same. So the seller says no. What you now do is you start going to look for where to get debt to come to buy your phone. So you started going how to skelter, you look for money, you pay for that phone, and then you take it out. Yeah, that is mindlessly overspending. Now, why do people overspend? Because they feel it's a normal thing to spend lavishly. Okay, now because other persons are spending, when you get money, use it like it's a normal lifestyle. That's what people think, and the sis to kind of like think the thing stretching out their finances is normal. Like it's what as human you have to enjoy, live, and that's it because other people are doing. Now let's talk about why we should not overspend. Yeah, if you were spending today, remember tomorrow. Okay, you have to keep some of the things, okay, that you have gathered for too long. So that is why you should not overspend. Okay, and now let's look at we've talked about all of this. Now, how can we overcome this rivalry of overspending our money? Number one is to be very disciplined. Yeah, when you are going into a clothes store, wherever to buy, You have to discipline yourself and stick to your budget. You budgeted for 2,000 to buy something worth of 2,000, and then it should be 2,000. Don't exceed your budget. The other one is you have to be a straightforward thinker. When you're faced with that dilemma of you want to buy a more expensive and good looking thing, you should rethink it, and you don't have the money. How am I going to get money to buy this thing, and what if I go for debt and I ended up not paying? Okay. And scenarios like that, you have to rethink this thing that I want to buy. How long is it going to serve me? Why am I buying this thing? Okay, scenario like this happened. My kid and I got to a phone shop to buy a phone. So when we got there, he kind of like upgraded. So I told him, guy, this thing that you are buying, okay, what if we are going as we are just leaving the shop, right, and some kind of bad guy is trying to take these things away from us? Losing 100,000 would be nothing, okay? But if you should just lose 20,000 in exam, it won't be as heartening as losing 100,000, okay? Like definitely it's gonna be like you just squeeze your money and then trash it. Even if it's a trash, maybe perhaps you could go there and get it. But some people just cases like this happen. So you have to rethink it. Why am I buying this thing? Is it gonna serve me? Do I really really need it? So you should try to differentiate between your wants and your need. So this will really help you. And the last one is you should make a list. Write down list of what you want, so that when you get there you don't deviate. Don't just spend because people are spending. So you have to be disciplined. Control your spending. Think straightforward so that you can be able, you know to live a comfortable financial life. The this thing is that what people don't really think is when you overspend your money on things that are not really worth it. Okay, at the end of the month, you are on the affected end, because by the time you start taking out to pay the debts, okay, you get to realize that you will not even keep any savings for yourself. Okay, you're just whatever you have toiled for how many days, 30 days, right? And at the end of it, you don't have your personal pay, like nothing for yourself, just because you've gone in debt, tried to live up to standard. You've overspent and overspent. Bad habit. So please try to work on yourself. Deal with this bad habit before it gets too late. Yeah, sometimes we do things, bad habit comes develop as a result of gradually doing a particular thing, and then before you get to know it, boom, it turns to a bad habit. So work on it, because it is going to help you spend rightly, okay, and on the right things. So thank you for staying to the end of this talk. If this video is helpful, do subscribe, share so people can learn.